No matter how often you go on YouTube, chances are you don't know everything about it, obviously. So today we're going to go over 10 different secrets and Easter eggs related to YouTube. Some of them are just kind of curiosities, others are actually sort of useful. So I've got 10 of them, and why don't we just get started? This first one is probably going to blow your mind. It's a secret button that you have never seen before, even though it's been there the whole time, and it is the skip navigation button. To reveal this button, all you have to do is press the tab key a few times while on the YouTube homepage, and then it will appear. Now, this is not really a secret or an Easter egg, it's actually an accessibility feature. And the reason behind it is it's helpful to people who only navigate YouTube via the keyboard. So you probably know when you press tab, it cycles through different links across the page, and then you can press enter to click that link instead of using a mouse. But if you were to go through every single possible link, it would take forever. So this skip navigation button is meant to be selected with just a couple tabs, and then you press enter, and then it skips to the actual video selection page. So if you are navigating YouTube using tabs, this is a very easy way to actually do that and get to the videos right away instead of having to go through every single possible link on the site. So just a cool little feature that you probably never even knew was there before. Okay, next up we have an Easter egg, and it is a unique title font for one particular video, which is called Too Many Cooks. You may have seen it. It's a video posted by Adult Swim back in 2014. It's possibly the strangest 11-minute video you could possibly imagine. If you've never seen it, highly recommend it. It's so bizarre, but also hilarious. It went completely viral. Anyways, you see on this page, YouTube employees, I guess when it went viral, they made it as a joke to change the title font to be the same font that's used in the video. So you can actually see it to this day. If you just go on that page, you will see this unique font that does not appear anywhere else on the site at all. This isn't the only time that YouTube has added an Easter egg to a video page though. Another one has to do with the video called Why Do YouTube Videos Freeze at 301 by Numberphile, which was made several years ago, back when YouTube actually froze the view counter at 301, and no one really knew why that was. Obviously, it was to verify views after a certain point, but that's what the video was explaining. And sure enough, YouTube, as an Easter egg, permanently froze the view count on this video to be 301 forever. So now, even if you go to that video to this day, even though the video obviously has a lot more than 301 views, they just kind of had it as an Easter egg to keep it at 301 to just show that on the video page. Okay, moving on, we have another Easter egg, and to do this one, on any video watch page, all you have to do is type out the word awesome. Don't type it into a text box as a comment, whatever, just on the page, generally, just type out awesome, and it will actually change the progress bar to flash a bunch of different colors. Now, in this case, I'm going to slow down the playback of this screen capture so you can see the colors, but I don't know if this is like a trigger warning thing for anybody. It shouldn't, because I'm going to slow it down, but if you are sensitive to light fluctuations or whatever, don't do this Easter egg yourself, but you can still see what it does in this case. And then to stop it from doing this, you type out awesome again, and then it goes back to normal, but still kind of cool. You can impress your friends or whatever. Okay, next up, we have a secret related to YouTube having to do with one YouTube channel in particular, possibly the weirdest channel in existence, called Web Driver Torso. Now, this YouTube channel used to be a complete mystery, but we have since figured out what it's for, which I'll explain in a second. But if you go and look at it, it's clearly something extremely bizarre. Basically, for years, this YouTube channel would upload strange 11-second videos with random red and blue shapes literally every few seconds for years. And you can see that it has over 600,000 videos on this channel with over 163,000 plus subscribers from people who were just interested and subscribed to it. And what's also strange is you would think with a channel uploading this many videos that frequently that it would be deleted for posting spam or something like that, but it was not. It was allowed to continue for years. But it gets even weirder because every single one of the videos is literally just random red and blue shapes with random audio tones, except for 3 videos. One of them is a short video of just the Eiffel Tower lighting up. Another one is, instead of having a red square or block, it's a red outline of Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. And the third different video is a paid access video that is the Aqua Teen Hunger Force dubbed in Spanish, and the only way to watch this video is to buy it using a French payment account. You can't pay for it anywhere else. So clearly a lot of people were very confused what the heck this channel was for years. And the reason it's on this list is because eventually it was discovered through some investigation that it was created by Google and YouTube themselves. It turns out the purpose of these weird videos was to test video quality upload. So it would automatically upload these random video files with these random shapes, and then it would compare the original to the uploaded video quality and then do something with that information. We don't know, but it was completely automated, and every few seconds it would do a test. Now at this point, the channel is not uploading at that rate anymore, obviously, but there are, at the time of this video being uploaded, some relatively recent videos that were uploaded, you know, a couple months ago or so, every once in a while. So you can go check for yourself to see maybe if there's any more recently uploaded, depending on when you're watching this. So yeah, definitely a strange YouTube channel. Maybe at some point I'll make an entire video talking about it, but I would consider this a secret for this video because for years YouTube did not acknowledge that this was an official channel at all. No one knew what the heck it was for, but a lot of people knew about it, and eventually Google did release a kind of cryptic statement that did confirm that it was an official channel. Okay, moving on. This is one I would still consider a secret, and it is the picture-in-picture Chrome extension by Google. This is an official Chrome extension for YouTube that adds a picture-in-picture feature, though really this has not been promoted by Google at all. You just kind of have to know about it. And basically it allows you to create a picture-in-picture little pop-up box of any video on YouTube that you're watching, and then you can keep watching it while you browse around the web on any website. Now, YouTube does have a basic built-in picture-in-picture feature, but it only works on YouTube itself, whereas this extension allows you to go on any website and still watch. I have mentioned this extension before, specifically in one of my recent videos talking about 10 cool Chrome extensions, so if you want to check that out, I'll put the link popping up right here, so definitely recommend that. But anyway, let's keep going. Next up, we have a little Easter egg having to do with the robots.txt file on YouTube. If you're not familiar, most websites have a robots.txt file where if you just go to the main domain /robots.txt, this is a text file that lists out directories on the website that it does not want search engines to index. And as a side note, these aren't like secret directories or anything. It's not like to prevent Google from finding any secret info on these pages. It's mostly just to prevent the search engine from using up resources, scouring random useless pages with nothing important on it. Anyway, the real Easter egg here is at the top, obviously, where you can see it says, created in the distant future, the year 2000, after the robotic uprising of the mid-90s wiped out all humans. So just a funny little thing. All right, I think we're up to number 8, so we got a few more. And this next one is a hidden page on YouTube that allows you to opt in and test out experimental YouTube features. So to get to it, you go to youtube.com/new. And this basically replaces the old YouTube test tube, it was called, where there was a little link kind of at the bottom of the YouTube page that would take you to be able to test out new features, whereas that link does no longer exist. The only way to get to it now, as far as I know, is to just know this URL. And then it'll tell you on here, you can try out experimental features if there are any available. Now at the moment, when I'm looking at this, there are none available. It just says check back later, but maybe depending on when you're watching, you can opt into some. And also at the bottom, notice there is a link to be able to participate in some user research studies by Google. So that'll take you to a page where it tells you more and allows you to sign up. I've done a few of these over the years, but don't expect these to come very often. I'm talking like maybe once a year I'll get invited to one of these things, and they basically just kind of show you a feature, ask your thoughts about something or whatever. But still, if you're interested in kind of sharing your thoughts on some new features that they might want to ask you about, this is a good way to sign up for that. All right, so moving on, this next one also has to do with experimental features, but not the kind you opt in for, but rather the kind that YouTube just kind of imposes on a select group of people, calls it an experiment, and basically observes how people act with these new features to determine whether or not they should implement it to a larger group of people. But what you might not have known is YouTube actually publishes a list of most of the experiments they're running on their YouTube help forum in a certain post on there. So if you do see some weird feature that you're not sure if anyone else has, you're like, this is new, and then no one else seems to know about it, you can actually check on this forum post to see if there is an experiment going on that describes what you're seeing, and then you can know, oh, it's an experiment they're doing, and then you can know that you can submit feedback, and they'll definitely be looking at that feedback because you're part of the experiment. So I will put a link to this post in the description so you can see for yourself and maybe bookmark it or something. And the important thing to know is they don't really usually tell you that you're doing an experiment. You just kind of have to know, whether by noticing something different or looking at this page and then seeing that, oh, wow, I didn't even notice that was different, but now you know. Okay, finally, number 10. This is another one having to do with experimental features that you might not have known about, and it is you can actually opt in to use the beta version of YouTube apps on your phone, both iOS and Android. With Android, it's really easy. I'll put a link to the help page in the description describing how to opt in and opt out. But basically, you go to the opt-in page, you just click join, and then on your Android phone, you just check for an app update for YouTube, and it will replace the regular version with the beta version and just reinstall it. So then you'll have the beta version on your phone. Now for iOS, it's a little bit different though, because Apple does beta apps a little bit differently. So with this, if you're using an iPhone or iOS device, you go to the site previewapps.withgoogle.com, and this is Google's site for getting beta versions of all Google apps, including YouTube. So even though it's not google.com, with Google is still a Google-owned domain. So you basically click get access, and then you select what kind of device you're using, and you can select multiple and which beta apps you want to test, and you can select one of the YouTube ones. But unlike on Android, where it just replaces the app on your phone, with iOS, it actually uses Apple's Test Flight app, which is a way to separately test other versions of apps. And the page will talk about this before you download it. So basically you install the Test Flight app, and then whatever apps you have signed up to beta test will show up in this app, and then you run it from there, not from the home screen. So you don't have to completely replace the regular app on your phone with the beta one. You'll just access the beta one if you want through the Test Flight launcher. So I think that's kind of nice. It just keeps them a little bit separate if you don't want to use the beta the whole time. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure you did not know about all 10 of these secrets. If I missed one, definitely let us know down in the comments, and also check in the comments too, because maybe someone found one that I didn't even talk about. If you want to keep watching, the next video I'd recommend is that one I mentioned before, talking about 10 cool Chrome extensions. So if you like the picture-in-picture YouTube extension, definitely watch this video where I talk about even more cool extensions. I'll put that link right here. You can just click on. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.